I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game.
She's the only player in the league that will say this shit. She's the only player in the league. Like, you won't hear Aja Wilson going out there. I am at the top of the scouting report. Ariel Atkins is at the top of the scouting report for your team. Camila Cardoso is at the top of the scouting report. Teams just box you out.
Angel Reese didn't join the WNBA to sit in the background while Caitlin Clark takes all the attention like she's the star of a one-woman show. Angel wants her credit, and not just a little, but all of it. So now, every glare she gives, every vague comment she makes, every heated moment on the court feels like she's saying, "Hey, notice me, America." Because the truth is, Reese isn't here to be a sidekick while Caitlin gets standing ovations. Stick around, this drama's just getting started.
The reason why I feel like she isn't unfairly criticized is because I'm not gonna go into the bad guy, good guy. At the end of the day, Angel faces everywhere. Right? And so when we talk about marketability and her inability to finish, her inability to do certain things, I think it goes to that. So I'm gonna keep it a band with you. I agree that if she gonna be the aggressor, then be the aggressor. At the same time, if you're gonna throw punches, you gotta take them. And so I felt like, to your point when you said, I bet she did, you can't see me because Caitlin did it. Right. Absolutely right. But now when you come in the league, right, and you fall in, you know what I'm saying? You got your 13 and 13, but now it's not translating to winning.
Just when it seemed like things couldn't get more dramatic, Angel Reese jumped into the spotlight again. This time, she says it's not just Caitlin Clark getting scouted by teams, she is too. According to Angel, opposing coaches are staying up late, lights off, stressed out, asking themselves, how do we stop Angel Reese? Sounds intense, right?
If Angel Reese was someone who ever held her tongue and was someone who had been a no comment machine in the past, someone who wasn't so unapologetically Angel, all those things existed, people wouldn't look at her recent no comment and just say, you've always had a comment before.
She's acting like she's a force no one can handle, but in reality, she's missed more easy shots than her team has won games this season. It's almost cute, the kind of confidence you usually see in kids wearing superhero costumes. If she's even showing up on scouting reports, it's probably more about managing her behavior than stopping her skills.
Please tell me it's a fake quote. Please tell me this is a fake quote. Because this is something where it's like, everyone says, and it's like, oh, Angel's a developing player. It's like, oh, she's only in year 2. Why is everyone like going at Angel Reese and all this stuff? And, you know, oh, people can't stop talking about Angel Reese. This better be a...
Coaches aren't studying film to stop her from dropping 40 points. They're probably trying to figure out how to avoid her getting into a soap opera moment during the third quarter. But sure, go ahead, Angel. Say it proudly. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is breaking records left and right, making history look easy, and sinking long-range threes like she's just placing an order for lunch.
But I will say, Angel Reese, Ronnie and I have debated it on the program. Ronnie has been pretty clear that he thinks that she sucks at basketball. I have defended her as having dimensions of her game that are high level. I got to a point here a couple of weeks ago where I was starting to wonder if she actually sucked.
At the same time, Angel's stats have been forgettable. Maybe one game all season made people go, okay, that's the Reese we expected. Just one. The rest? Just average. But somehow she thinks she's getting triple-teamed every game. Reality check, if defenders are crowding her, it's probably not on purpose. Other guards in the league get more defensive pressure and more post-game attention than she does. It's even funnier to imagine teams spending hours planning how to stop her when she spends more time defending herself online. This isn't a rivalry anymore, it's a rerun. Caitlin didn't just take the spotlight. She packed it in her bag and left the building. She's not competing with Angel, she's chasing history. Angel, on the other hand, is struggling against her own stats.
Of scouting reports after talking to some teams, even if it's not offensively. which I think that's what it is. You know, she is the best rebounder in the WNBA, so they're probably telling them like, hey, we have to figure out how to keep Angel Reese out of that paint when that ball is clanging off of that rim, okay? You know, the fact that Angel Reese finds Cardoso for the high-low post pass, I think that's one of the main things that the Chicago Sky like to get to if it's not the pick and roll.
And now comes her latest quote, full of confidence but far from reality. In Angel's mind, getting scouted means she's a big problem. In the real world, coaches are just wondering if she'll foul out before halftime or start another dramatic moment. To be fair, you've got to admire how she's turned average play into top-tier media attention. It's like someone airballing 5 shots and still asking if the cameras caught their greatness. Angel Reese is turning basic performances into headline moments. She's standing in the middle of the chaos yelling, "I started this." And instead of improving her game, she's acting like her presence alone is too powerful to ignore. Coaches aren't freaking out about stopping her, they're probably just writing notes like, "She talks big but doesn't back it up." Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is the one actually stressing out defenses and aging coaches. Every game she plays feels like a crisis meeting for the other team. Angel? She's being scouted like a side quest, optional, not urgent.
Completely criticize Angel Reese because Tyler Marsh condones this. Tyler Marsh reinforces this. Tyler Marsh is this point forward Angel Reese. This is Tyler Marsh's deal. This is Tyler Marsh's gig. In order to get Camila Cardoso the ball, he needed to fix some things up, switch some things around. And in this most recent preseason game, a game in which Angel Reese had 3 rebounds, I'll take that every day of the week.
What's funnier is that this whole, "they're watching me too" attitude might have worked back in college. At LSU, Angel had some big games. She showed power, got double-doubles regularly, and looked like a star. But in the WNBA, the scouting spotlight has clearly moved on. There's a new main event, and it's Caitlin. Teams build their game plans around stopping her. Angel plays 26 minutes, scores 6 points, and acts like she just rewrote basketball. The only thing she's testing is everyone's patience. It's like going to a Beyoncé concert, singing a few notes from the back row, and wondering why your name isn't on the ticket. At this point, it's hard to tell if Angel really believes her own hype or if she's just stirring the pot for fun. Either way, it's working, because we're all talking about her. Her on-court play might be mid, but her ability to stay in the conversation is top tier. She's not the best player, but she might be the best marketer. No one's worried about her scoring, maybe just whether she'll catch another technical foul before the buzzer. Still, the way she talks, you almost believe her. She's like a magician pulling out empty tricks but insisting it's real magic.
My gosh. Is this for real? Is this really for real? But I'm going to show you this video because if you haven't seen it yet, you're going to absolutely fall out of your chair laughing. I know what I'm going to call this. I'm going to call this the curse of Dave Portnoy. Barstool Sports El Presidente. He went on a rant about that Ryan Clark stuff, and he said all he had to say about Angel Reese and Ryan Clark and that whole mess. And I will say this, his rant cursed Angel Reese because she proceeded to have the absolute worst game of her life.
We've seen this act before. And no matter how many interviews or bold claims Angel makes, she can't turn this back into a real rivalry. Because it's not a rivalry when one player is flying high and the other is just trying to catch up. Angel Reese is acting like she's the lead in a show she never got cast in. She's got the lines, the outfit, the promo schedule, but she's not on the main screen. Caitlin Clark is out here breaking records calmly, consistently, and without making a big fuss. And maybe that's what bothers Angel most, not just that Caitlin's getting the fame, but that she's doing it quietly. No drama. No begging for attention. She just plays, wins, and moves on. While Angel's out here trying to get noticed, Caitlin's out here building a legacy. And the league's answer? Caitlin's games get primetime TV slots. Angel's games are in the early afternoon with barely any views. That says it all. Angel may see herself as the star, the critic, and the show all in one, but by constantly saying she's the reason fans are watching, she might actually be proving the
I'm trying to stay consistent as possible. Obviously, I struggled in the first couple of games, and just staying poised, trusting my work. I have great people in my corner. I never really questioned my ability of what I can do. Obviously, you go up and down through your career, and thinking in the beginning it's going to be my sophomore slump, but I got out of it in my first couple of games, and I'm here and helping the team win as much as I can. That's the most important thing to me. Yeah. Happy.
You mentioned Sunday about those first few games. I would point to you feel like you maybe had kind of that like switch flip moment. I feel like you were getting back on the
I think I started the New York game.
Because if you really are the main character, you don't have to say it over and over. The spotlight finds you. Greatness doesn't beg, it just shows up. But when every sentence starts with, "I deserve credit too," it stops sounding like confidence and starts sounding like insecurity. Still, here we are, watching, reacting, discussing. Angel Reese might not be why people tuned in at first, but she is a reason they keep watching. She brings the drama, the chaos, the unpredictable energy. She's not the hero of the story, but she keeps it interesting. Maybe this isn't about who's better. Maybe it's just about who can stay in the spotlight the longest. Angel's not trying to be liked. She wants to be impossible to ignore. And in that way, she's winning. Whether you cheer or complain, you're paying attention. And that's all she needs. Because Angel Reese knows the game. If you can't be the headline, be the reason it exists. And right now, she's doing that loudly and confidently, lashes and all.
Last year, you made a powerful statement saying the reason people are watching women's basketball is not just because of one player, but because of you too. A year later, do you feel like you're
Next question.
Yeah, we'll move on.
Angel Reese is a very good player, but she's ugly to watch. Have you watched her play? She's a typical WNBA. She's great on the offensive glass, rebounding, but watching her play, terrible layups. The reason people are captivated by Clark is the way she plays, like Steph Curry. And the thing that I don't like people making it race. I don't think it's in the league that's race. It's jealousy that she's so popular. But there's lots of major white female WNBA megastars that nobody cared about.